Alright, today we're going to start our mitten pictures. This is what it'll look like when it's finished, or something similar to this. Today we're just going to be drawing our mittens and worrying about our lines in our mittens and coloring them in today, and we'll do the background later. So today your picture should look something like this when you're done. To begin, what you want to do is go ahead and put your name on the back of your paper with a pencil. And then you can have your paper any direction, or no, you need to have it landscape, sorry. You need to have your paper landscape style, not portrait style like this. You need to have it side to side so that it's nice and wide to fit all your mittens hanging down. And then you're going to be using a mitten template that I give you to trace. You're going to want to probably fit 3 mittens is all you'll be able to fit on your paper. And you want them in the middle of the paper, not the top or the bottom. You want them going across the middle in a line. You can make your mitten go either direction. So I think for this one, I'm going to flip it that way. And I'm going to use my Sharpie. You're using a pencil today, in case you make a mistake. But I'm using Sharpie so that you can see it online. And what you're going to do is you're going to hold your mitten down really good with your fingers, and you're going to trace around your mitten. And when you get to the bottom, you might have to lift your hand up a little bit. Notice how I move my hand out of the way without moving my mitten. I've still got it held in place. And you're going to trace around it in your pencil. If you want, you can flip the mitten over to the other side and make one the opposite direction, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to take your pencil, trace your mitten, and you want them in a line. So notice how my mittens are in a kind of nice line right in the middle of my paper. And I'm going to fit my last mitten on here and trace it. And we will trace these in Sharpie when we're all finished, but right now, again, make sure you're using pencil. Once you're done with your last mitten, you're going to connect them on a line like they're hanging up to dry. So on the one far side of the paper, I'm going to start my line and go to my mitten, skip it, then connect the next 2 mittens, skip that, connect the next 2 mittens, and then go all the way across my paper. So it looks like you've got them hanging up to dry on a line, maybe outside, just hanging up. Then what you're going to do is I'm going to give you a piece of paper with different type of line ideas. You're going to choose what kind of lines you like to make patterns on your mittens and design them the way you want. You can use zigzag lines, wavy lines, horizontal lines, vertical lines. Just kind of look through them and design your mittens the way that you want them to be. So I'm going to use some diagonal lines first, and then I think I'm going to switch it up and make the diagonal lines go the other way on the bottom of my mitten. The next one I'm going to do some zigzags, and then I think on the bottom some nice horizontal lines. And then on my last mitten I'm going to do some like broken up lines, dashed lines, horizontal lines. And then on the bottom of it I think I want to do some nice wavy lines. Now once you've got that done, what you're going to do is trace it in Sharpie. And then you're going to end up coloring it in crayon today. Don't do anything on the background, just the mittens today. So you're going to use your crayon, you're going to color them in, and then we will finish the rest up next week. This is what it should kind of look like when you're finished.